Hello, hello, my Leo family. How you doing, siblings? I hope you're fine. Welcome back to Mark After Me. I am Tru, and I am going to proceed to give you the tarot reading for the month of December. Remember that you need to check your moon, your ascendant, and Venus, just in case this reading will not resonate with you. Take what you need and leave the rest. Remember, the tarot reading is not, it's just a tool to open up a little bit more your higher self, and then you can connect with you in a totally soul level. Saying this, I'm really happy to see you here. I hope you are well. Thinking about this, Leo is going to be experiencing the fifth house, which is going to be our element when the sun in Sagittarius starting right now. When it's saying the sun in the fifth house is literally excelling our prose and it's excelling our creativity side, our action taking, and our creativity. So I do think that we need to come back to our own mojo and our own feelings and our own personal direction in life. With saying this, I hope you're enjoying so far. You're gonna have a tarot reading spread right now, then you're gonna have a astrology card, and then you will have a manifestation universal card that is going to be very similar to a legendary affirmation, but I just changed a little bit the subject now. Saying that, please subscribe, like this video, share with your friends, and enjoy so far. And let me know if this is resonate with you, because I love to know, and I love to have more comments from you, so then I can exactly know if I'm on track. So having this, we're gonna start over. So we have two cards. That's going to be the Four of Swords and then the High Priestess. Listen, we are having in the cocoon feeling since Libra season. Scorpio is going to be quite deaf, but also we felt a little bit out of, you know, ourselves for quite a long time. We've been like in hibernation, and we wanted to like be so much in contact with the outer world. But I'm saying at some point the Four of Swords, you need to take a break. The High Priestess is all the way there to literally leave you with a sense of spiritualism or self-personal growth or spiritual growth. High Priestess is what it means. It's going to be the one who's actually sacred herself, who's like knows about the secrets of the soul, the secrets of who you really are, truly are. If we take it off all the material, we take it off all the body, what is the ether, what we do have. And the Four of Swords is saying at some point, I think we are being so rushing, we are being like moving around so much, and the Four of Swords is saying, hey, you know, you don't have to take a break. You actually have to take a break in the way of thinking, because you have to feel more. High Priestess is all about feeling, all about enhancing, all about embracing. It's not telling you you have to get fit. It's not telling you have to think about what is your next step. It's telling you like, what do you feel? How you are feeling yourself all of this time. And at some point I might say that I just love how far away is being showing up. Your sign, the Four of Swords, I think is saying, you know, so don't miss the opportunity. Like, don't go so fast that you are losing the perspective. Don't go rushing out to finish a task when you're not even enjoying the task. I think at some point the Four of Swords is saying, you know, take a rest. And High Priestess is saying, you know, keep it to yourself. Enhance yourself, love yourself more, and dig it more, you know, in tarot readings and things that you probably don't see because it's not facts related, it's not scientific related, but it's something that resonates and you cannot explain. So the High Priestess is saying how at some point, you know, you can deal with your own emotions, how you are feeling your own emotion, as you actually pay attention on it. And it's funny because you have in the center of attention the King of Swords. And I think it's the mastermind. I think we are thinking so much, we are planning, we are organizing. Remember that this beautiful car is the king. He actually is not moving so many things around it because he did it in the past. He's taking over what already existed. And on the same time, you probably have someone that is Libra, Aquarius, you know, a Gemini, that have that energy and is, you know, helping you to get a little bit more confident, a little bit more or maybe you are already confident, because Leos are extremely confident sometimes. So I think you are in this position to say, I own my own thoughts, you know, I learn a lot, I'm wise enough, and I think the King of Swords is the wise enough. But we have here something that is, for me, a little bit, you know, sounds familiar. And I think for all Leo, we rules the heart chakra, we rules the sun, we rules the heart, we are one of the more sensitive signs in the fire section, I might say. So when you are, and we are really sentimental, we have a lot of emotions coming in and out, we can feel quiet, you know, heartbroken. And I think this is not a challenge, or can be a challenge, that's totally up to you. It's crossing the King of Swords, because at some point we suffer so much, you know, we get in pain, and we being like probably having these heavy feelings for such a long time that we could what's the name, we could manage them, but totally we have to detach it and be way more logical and more brain related, because being so much in heart sometimes hurts. So something happened, there is, you know, some punto situations that you're like, oh, that hurts, you know. And why you come back to do the King of Swords, to be a little bit more in charge in life, to don't let another people to actually play with you with the King of Swords, is very straightforward and is very intelligent. So why you are there is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is, you know, news, it's a child feeling about new things, or maybe news, just news, new resources, new ways of thinking. I think that all of this, as far as I'm reading, because we have so much swords right now, and we like the Three of Swords, the King of Swords, the Page of Swords, I think is a very mental anguish. It's something psychologically is being holding a trauma, is holding us back for such a long time, but it's not bad for good is coming. It's because you have the King of Swords, which is going to be building, actually make you think first before you are gonna let that things come directly to your heart. So you're creating filters, you're creating quiet line of balance for other people, boundaries, which is going to be one of the most important things. And I think the Three of Swords was a really big situation that you had, and that we all of us had, to make us more wise in the future, to make us more smart for our decisions. And the Page of Swords is why you was there, because at some point you wanted to get better, you wanted to like proceed, because one of the things the Leo have is they like to progress, and when you want to progress, is thinking about it, you was in the Page of Swords. So that was the way of thinking, like very, very child, very fresh, very naive sometimes, but you got so many decisions, you got so many situation with the Three of Swords, which is telling me that you become that queen, that King of Swords, with masculine energy, which is like you're not gonna take in more if it's not necessary. And I think it's one of the greatest thing. The Four of Swords from the beginning is saying, like, you know, take care of yourself, take care of your feelings, take care of your emotional intelligence as well, which is not everything is about logical and be analytical and be like, sometimes we need to be more grounded, more feeling, more tuned with our body. And the thing is, like, you have in the front of your mind, and it's a little bit like, how we can say, because you have the Four of Cups, which is going to be quite a little bit not gonna say sad, but we are missing something, you know, and we are saying, I hope and I wish I never have the Three of Swords. I hope and I wish I never have the situation where I am all the time suffering. I wish I will not suffer in the way that I'm suffering right now, so then I can learn. So that's the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is all the time saying, oh, I wish I see this, but I don't want to have this, but I have that. The Four of Cups is just, you know, a past wise memory. I think the Four of Cups is a feeling that you are missing something, and I don't think that you're missing anything. I think you are going too fast. And Four of Cups is saying, you know, yes, You have 3 cups that are empty, but you're not looking to the cups that is already full. So you have a cup that is full. It's literally showing up. There is a new journey. Yes, we are in this stage. We're becoming way more cold, way more distant, way more boundary that taking the space we have. But for some way, and inside of us, it's kind of like, oh, I wish I shouldn't be, should they like pass all of this. I wish I don't. So that is the mistake, because you are rejecting at some point the experience that you have, which is giving you lesson. So thinking about at some point, you have to become more stronger. You are already the king of swords, which is one of the strongest and more professional, straightforward, analytical, and really good managing emotion. And sometimes you actually can feel that they don't have a connection with emotion. So don't become so cold either. But I think the Four of Cups it's like a sorrowing, like a pitying yourself. This is in the front of your mind right now. Listen to me. We need to get out of this kind of overthinking, and we do have to embrace the the 5th house, which Sagittarius is in right now. It's literally telling you that you have to look at what you have, because not everything is lost. We don't need to be so dramatic. I love to be dramatic, but is in this time, I don't think that's going to be helpful. Why? Because time ago, another four of wands. So time ago, you was building something. You was not literally building something. You was growing up. The Four of Wands is the foundation card. So you was putting your values. You was putting your, your set of core values. Your set of, what am I, how I can express this? Like, you was putting literally what was the line or the structure of who you are, what you're taking, or what is the limits of another people, what is the boundaries. Do I want to do this? Do I don't want to do this? This is actually resonating with me. No, so then I don't want it. You was doing it, like literally. All of us, Leo family, you was doing it. And it's really hard for us as a heart, as a Leo, don't be so engaged with people, but you push away people for some reason. Is because you put yourself at the first top priority, which is going to be one of the most important thing. You have the Four of Wands to remember that you was doing the work, that you was doing the foundation, you was doing the solid soil to grow up whatever you want to see, to plant and put it there. The near future, why I said that, you have the Ten of Wands reversed, which is going to be, oh my god, there's going to be releasing a lot of pressure. Like, even doing that things, I'm going to just refocus again, but even doing that thing, when you have the Ten of Wands reversed, it's literally releasing a lot of pressure, a lot of overwhelming feelings, a lot of things that, let's say in like this, you couldn't express absolutely free. Like, you don't feel that you can express yourself freely. And I think the Ten of Wands is saying, like, that's not the case, because you was literally expressing yourself freely with people, with another people, without people, with yourself. You was structuring, and you was putting, you was creating the 4 different pillars of your own structured self, your own personal values, and core values. How you reflect world, how you see world, what is for you fair, what is not for you fair, what do you want to do? You want to actually have a relationship? No. You want to become more strong? You are literally focusing yourself. You did it. It's no time to look and say, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that, no. This is actually in front of your mind, is you are pitying yourself so much. And at some point, it's not actually something that is gonna help you. So you are already feeling ways of releasing. Why? Because you have the Four of Swords. It's resting. You are like, I did part of my job, I did part of what I have to do, I was rushing so much, I'm taking a break. And guess what? The Ten of Wands is saying, yeah, I support that. You did a good job. It's time to just chill. It's time to enjoy being you. It's time to be feeling and say, yes, I suffer whatever I want to suffer, but I'm done. It's a new chapter. It's a new era. How do I know it? The High Priestess tell me. High Priestess is going to be how I do feel. And I think it's over. It's time to move on. And the funny stuff is saying the advice, you have another source. Everything is about very mentally. And I think is a point that's saying you actually have to to get out of your own head. Why? You have over here, and this is going to be the Knight of Swords. Leo. Knight of Swords is Gemini. Gemini, what they do, they think very fast. They like to gather information. They like to get sources. They like to think fast, but they do not like drama. They do not like to go deep. They do not like to deep, depending of the person, but they do not like to get into caught up or all of these dramatic things. The Knight of Swords is telling you like, cut in fast, cut in loose, get to the next task, get to the next movement, get out of your head. So the Knight of Swords is just literally saying advice that whatever is bothering you in the Four of Cups, which is going to be in the front of your head, cut up, move it out, just move it to the next level. Why? Because it's no point. It's no point to keep thinking about that. The Four of Wands is saying literally you have the four pillars you was creating. So how, you should at this point absolutely celebrate what you have until now. So funny stuff, the environment, you have Temperance. And Temperance is Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is already, as I said, in the 5th house. In our house, which is going to be the joyful, enjoyment, playful house. It's the house of the child. I'm not gonna say that we are a child, but we need to come back to these excitement things that doing new things, create new things, try and get and meet new people, falling in love. Temperance is saying like everything in balance. But at some point, it's Sagittarius energy. I think we need to be more creative and more curiosity. The environment is pushing us to be more positive. It's pushing us to believe in ourselves more. It's pushing us to say, try new things. Life is just one. Sagittarius are wise signs. I really know about a lot. They have a lot of knowledge. So why not stick in their energy for all this month and see what actually happens? Why not jump into our own emotion to say, hey, it's time to get out of this kind of shadow that we've been having for the Scorpio and Libra season. Let's put a fire in our own fire. And I will say, you have the hopes and fears, and you have the Death card. You are afraid to leave things behind. And you are scared, probably, to left behind your old self. And Death card is Plutonian, which means that it's gonna happen. You like it or not. Something has to go. Someone. If I have to go and pick up something, it's a thought. It's a way of thinking. It's a mindset. Because everything is swords. Heartbroken, Page of Swords, King of Swords, Knight of Swords, Four of Swords. I'm not joking here, I'm Leo too. But what I try to say here is you have the Death card. Death card is Pluto. Pluto is no joking, it's a Scorpio energy. It's kind of like, we have to take off this. You want to survive in your own life without being resting and be happy with your own being. Then you have to let go of something. And you are so scared of that I have to pull up 2 different outcomes. So if you don't want to let go of the old, you want to carry on the grief, you want to keep carrying on how much you suffer, you want to keep carrying on, there is no good things that come into your way, that I don't deserve this, because this can be as well a boycott card. So then conflict will come. You have the 5 of Wands. And this is a conflict card. It's not the end of the world, but you're going to have conflict with your own self. You're going to have conflict with who you are, and you're going to have conflict with how you are going to express yourself. Because the 5 of Wands is actually conflict with another people. But I think you're going to have, if you are so stubborn to don't let go the old, don't learn new things, to push away and keep holding, you're gonna create more frustration. You're gonna have more anxiety, you're gonna be more anxious, you're gonna be banging your head with your own self or with yourself to say why I'm not learning, why I'm not doing this. Just do a self-reflection. Why? Because literally the death card is telling you like is how to go. Whatever that is not helping you, belief system, whatever that's going to be in your head to actually how you attract things, what you are feeling. Are you more scared or are you more loving? What is the have to go? And you have to trust yourself, which is going to be one of the things that I'm not going to enter in there, but I think is one of the most important. Thinking about it, that if you're able to say, okay, yes, I'm going to slow down, I'm going to use the Four of Swords, I need to slow down, I need to take a rest, I need to take time for myself to be more in me. Yes, I suffer. Yes, I admit that I am looking for another way. Yes, I've been building a lot of stuff that is already put me in the situation. At the end, is asking you to be grateful. But if you are able to release, as the Ten of Wands reverse is saying, like you're going to become quite more free of so much mental overwhelming, you're gonna become the Empress. And guess what? Empress is going to be Taurus energy. And Taurus, what they say? Value and worth. Taurus, what's gonna talk about? How much I worth, or how much do you worth? And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about the value of the person. What is my core values? What am I stand for? Because you can maybe don't stand for nothing and you don't know what you stand for. So when you have all of this, you have so much. You have two options. You can carry on what you are, but you're gonna have a lot of frustration, or you're gonna be able to say, I need to get to the next step, to create more maturity, to be more in responsibility, or to get more responsibility of my own choices, to absolutely get in charge of what I'm actually doing and what I'm not doing. Because what you are not doing, you are choosing. I'm saying, what you're not doing, you are choosing. Just remember that. It's really important because the Empress is a literally high level card. It's a major arcana. It's a beautiful Empress. Empress is a symbol of fertility too. Is an amazing card for make things happen. So you can become that Empress. You can become that energy. So anything that comes to your brain, you make it happen. It's because literally you put a space because you let things go. And I think it's time to let things go. It's totally time to let things go in the way that you're supposed to go. I don't have so much to say, but you have a lot of earth energy. Be grounding, touch nature, pray, because you need to pray. If it's not pray, talk with someone, but let the things go out of your chest, because you keep having some grief and some things that I'm stealing, not processing. And if you're already processing in it, you are not looking in the correct cup. So you have to be careful, and you have to be absolutely present in your own life. Remember, slow down. Just slow down. Take a rest. See the beauty. Take a walk. See how beautiful the day it is. Anyway, the astrology card, funny enough, which is going to be one of the most funny things. Guess what? Your beautiful fixed sign, Taurus, is telling you something. And as I said, the Empress is literally having the same energy. One of the things that I can advise you to do is go to the Taurus archetype. They are calm. They take things easy. They do not want to have any drama. They take things practical way. They enter on a task. They enter and they finished. They don't care how long it's gonna take, but they are one of the signs are more present in the moment. I can say one of the most mindful, stubborn, but mindful signs in the zodiac. I think you have to take a little bit of them. And if you have a little bit of Taurus in your chart, keep an eye as well. If you have a moon in Taurus, keep an eye on it. Because probably you have to be more into your moon rather than into your sun, because we are sometimes can get really strong. But Taurus, I'm gonna just read to you. They say is earthy, is practical, productive, fertile, tactile, worthy, possessive, tenacious, loyal, patient, deliberate, sensuous, pleasure seeking, pleasure, sorry. Pleasure seeking. I think this is the key word as well. Pamper yourself. Love yourself. This is just happened, hurts as hell, but I think it's time to be absolutely into our own pampering time and jump into our own power and our own value, our self-worth, and enjoy the five senses: smell, touch, taste, what you see, anything that's actually gonna give you pleasure. Remember, they are really creative, but sometimes we have to slow down. So, saying this at the wrap up at the end, we have a beautiful message from the universe that say my outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. I have to say, I didn't pick up this intentionally. I was shuffling, everything come out, and everything is in the same direction. You have the Taurus, which is going to be the very sensual sign, but they think about themselves as well, and they like pleasure. They say you have the Empress that's going to be at the end of this reading, and then you have another card to say, my reflections of my external world are my internal condition. So what do you think that everything is pointing at? Self-love, letting go, and let the new thing cycle coming. Because you will learn a lot, you will be gaining maturity, you will be playful at the same time, because we can be mature and playful, but on the same time you will get out to the next level. So I'm going to show you a little bit that, so then you can actually do a screenshot and you can have it for yourself. It's a beautiful card. But I think all of this is just saying that whatever happened in the past, stay in the past. Live in the moment, live in the present moment, and keep feeding what is going to happen in the future, because we don't know. It's a mystery at the end. Anyway, super happy to have you here, my siblings. I enjoy so far. Please subscribe, like this video. If you stay for whole this video, you are the most beautiful person ever. Thank you so much for staying with me. I hope this video helped you. I might say that if you are interested to work with me one-on-one, I have services all the way down in the description below. You have my Etsy shop. You can ask me questions there if you want to have any specific service anyway. I might say that I do PDF. I just send text. I can send, well, text, I mean emails. But if you want to have a one-on-one session, which is going to be one of the most important, I am totally available. I would love to connect with you, and I would love to give you a reading, because I think tarot readings is important at this point, because it's the connection for your higher self. Why do I know that? That's the way that I did my self-development. That's the way I did my spiritual work. Help me to be more mindful, help me to be more present in my life, and help me a lot with my mental health, which is going to be very therapeutical. Remember that all of these readings are not going to be set in stone, but are really big messages that you can take for yourself and help and grow through it. So I'm a life coach as well, so if you need someone to keep you on track, to like motivate you or help you to get more motivation from yourself, I am here. Thank you so much for staying so longer. I hope you stay. I hope to see you soon. Let me know your comments below. Check the next videos and see you on the next time. Bye bye.